Hello and welcome to a Phase 2 educational seminar where you'll learn the why and the how of our stabilization phase. Let's get started. Congratulations! Entering Ideal Proteins Phase 2 marks a significant moment in your journey. This is an exciting time, but we understand it may also be a scary time, especially if you've experienced weight regain in the past. But we got good news. This time is going to be different. We all know about the science behind maintaining your weight now, and we will help you manage with new tools and strategies, and we're going to keep it simple, most importantly. So for now and into the future, you'll have the confidence and the knowledge on how to maintain your hard-earned weight loss. Now that you've reached your goal in our phase 1, the reset body phase, where you were in nutritional ketosis and feeling great while losing weight, now it's time to move into the phase 2, stabilization, reset mind. Why do we need to stabilize? Well, coming out of phase 1, where you were in nutritional ketosis, you would have had lower insulin levels by design. Insulin is a hormone responsible for fat storage, while glucagon, the opposite working hormone, is responsible for fat release. So we need to, in a measured and controlled fashion, introduce healthy fats and complex carbohydrates in an effort to restore this balance. As you see, this teeter-totter relationship, or the IGR, insulin-glucagon ratio, is held in balance by making sure that insulin and glucagon are working together. So we accomplish this with the slow reintroduction of carbohydrates, adequate intake of high-quality protein at each meal and snack, and adequate intake of healthy fat, because we need to meet your new energy needs. In addition to balancing the IGR, we want to manage the hunger response. When we lose a remarkable amount of weight, 5% or more, evolutionary wiring works to regain that weight that we've lost and bring us back to baseline, regardless of our own intentions. It does this by increasing the hunger hormone ghrelin, while suppressing our satiety hormones, including leptin, which tells the brain when to stop eating. So our bodies actually start conserving energy out, which means we burn fewer calories doing the same activities we did before weight loss. This process creates the hunger response with the intention of driving more calories in through hunger and then the fewer calories out for energy. It's through the increase of hunger and cravings that your body tries to narrow this hunger response gap and regain the lost weight. So the ultimate key to stabilization is managing hunger and cravings. The first week of stabilization is called the step down week. And the only difference from phase 1 is replacing the ideal protein food at lunch with another 8 ounces of whole protein. This will be your last week in ketosis. Throughout this week, all meals must be recorded in your 7-page step-down food record. The remainder of the food record will be completed during the next week's coaching session called the onboarding session. Yes, you'll get to onboard healthy fats and carbs again and enjoy some of the foods you've missed and love. In addition to those 2 documents, you'll be sent home with a quick reference guide that provides an explanation of stabilization, calories, protein, fat, and net carbs. It's a great document to put on your fridge for the whole family to reference. To begin your onboarding session, you will be provided with your daily macro needs sheet, completed with your starting macro targets filled out at the top. This will tell you how many servings of protein, how many servings of fat, and what range of net carbs are you going to start incorporating back into your daily meals? And what is a serving of protein? And what is a serving of fat? All of these details will be found on this sheet. So you may start with a daily net carb allowance of up to 40 net carbs, but according to your personal preference and tolerance, you may start with as few as 15 net carbs. This, along with a completed journal, you'll bring to your upcoming weekly follow-up visits with your coach. And this is where this will help you discover your unique macro code. Just to clarify, our goal is to make nutrition easy. So there are some macro teams listed on this sheet. From the left, we have protein, in the middle, we have fat, and on the right, we have carbohydrates. But each and every food falls under just one macro team and is counted as a serving or a net carb only for that team. I'll demonstrate using two different white cheeses on the slides ahead. Here we have one serving of cottage cheese. And if we scroll down to protein, you're going to see that that is 24 grams. And then we look up at the total fat, it's 9.4 grams and only 7.4 net carbohydrates. So this particular item will fall under team protein. Then we look at feta cheese, and one serving of feta shows 4 grams of protein. Looking up at total fat, it has more fat sitting at 6 grams and only 1.2 grams of total net carbs. So this particular cheese will fall under team fat. Now the fun begins, building on the step down food record and your step down week by utilizing the daily macro needs sheet. You get to enjoy the protein, the fats, and the carbs in a healthy balance during stabilization while determining your personal macro code. You can piece together your daily plan, incorporating more variety while working with your coach to build out the 7 days so you feel confident in the week ahead. You'll be fully supported by your coach and by the following take-home documents: the step-down food record, all filled out with your weekly plan ahead, your daily macro needs sheet, understanding your daily macro needs, and of course, the My Daily Journal. Then you're going to track your hunger response so we can adjust your macro targets accordingly. We want to know, how many hours did you go between meals? How do you feel prior to each meal and snack? And we want to assess your overall daily cravings on a scale. You'll continue to meet with your coach on a weekly basis to troubleshoot and adjust to make sure you're feeling great the whole way through stabilization. You will review your journal weekly with your coach, and depending on your hunger response and the tolerance of reintroduction of carbohydrates, you'll increase your net carb allowance by 5 net carbs weekly to a maximum of 75. This is a ceiling and not a goal. And you'll determine whether protein and fat should be tweaked. Your coach is there to support you every step of the way. The following areas will be discussed each week: weight gain, hunger, cravings, and energy levels. Once you've achieved stabilization of hunger and weight and feel satisfied, those macro targets become your personal macro code. This is the macronutrient balance unique to your body's hormonal chemistry. It's your sweet spot to manage hunger, cravings, and weight. This code is a tool to allow you to begin to explore from other categories you may have been thinking about, or even craving, while providing control by establishing boundaries. In addition to providing a simple method for you to meal plan and stay in check, it also unleashes a newfound understanding of how to eat. Congratulations on finding your unique macro code.